On this special bonus episode, Craig Van Pelt shares the hottest trends in today's commercial real estate market.
Employment is shifting so quickly. I think a lot of occupiers are frozen a little bit because they don't know how to plan for what this means moving forward after they just kind of right-sized
Yeah.
working conditions from before.
Welcome to New Lease On, where we talk about the latest in lease accounting and lease administration and share stories of changes in perspective and new beginnings. I'm your host, Matt Waters. Let's dive in. Craig, welcome to New Lease On.
Well, thanks, Matt. I'm happy to be here.
So let's shift gears. Let's talk about the market right now, in leasing in particular. What are some hot topics in commercial real estate leasing?
Yeah, right now it's changed even in the last year quite a bit, but we're really in the post-COVID world now. The interesting part about COVID was we mostly work in office and industrial, but those
Mhm.
two asset classes went different directions, 100% different directions, right? No one can say that the office market didn't. They get hugely negatively impacted by COVID. On this flip side of that, the industrial market did really well, and it continues. It fell a little bit, but it continues to be really robust. And I was talking about this with a colleague of mine a couple weeks ago, that this isn't like the 2008 Great Recession, right? Where everything went down 10%.
Mhm.
This is a lot different. So your original question, what's going on, some hot topics on the leasing side? Well, from on the office side, I think what we've seen is most of the work arrangements due to the pandemic and COVID have kind of been baked in to a lot of the planning. And the office market, I think, has hit the bottom and it's starting to very slowly float higher.
Mhm.
What we've seen in terms of trends is overall velocity, meaning the number of leases per year. We are now 4 years removed from kind of normalization of COVID. It's 15, 20% lower than it was pre-COVID in terms of just overall leasing. And the overall amount of space, the volume is down a little bit more than that even. But what it has done is it's stabilized. So we haven't seen it really go up or down. It's kind of interestingly been pretty flat. So I think you don't have to be an expert to know that generally a lot of companies consolidated or downsized or made strategic decisions on their real estate. An interesting piece of this is the average lease size, not for all industries, but for some industries, the average office lease size has actually remained about the same.
Hmm.
And in some instances, it even got a little bit bigger. So I think a lot of it has to do with what occupiers are thinking about when they're making these decisions right now. It's gotten so much more complicated, and we can talk about this if you like, is COVID is now in the rearview mirror, but AI is very real,
Uh-huh.
and it is making decision making for occupiers when they're looking at new leases, to I think pause more than anything. I think what we saw last year is that we're still down quite a bit from even 2024 after leasing stabilized. So, and I think what that means is, people in real estate, this is the thing I'm sure you see this as well. It's 3, 5, 10+ year decisions, very costly decisions when you're talking about leasing space.
Right.
And employment is shifting so quickly. I think a lot of occupiers are frozen a little bit because they don't know how to plan for what this means moving forward after they just kind of right-sized
Yeah.
working conditions from before. And that's not just office, that's industrial too.
Right.
And it's still flight to quality. No one wants to hear about it anymore, but the flight to quality is still very real in office leasing. It's bifurcated, right? Office trophy, top tier class A space is doing great.
Mhm.
Newly constructed, highly amenitized industrial spaces are doing well, especially smaller bays are doing really well. But it's those other class B older buildings have not been renovated, are struggling right now. Although as demand fills those better spaces, there's starting to be some interest more in those spaces that have really struggled over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a trend, but I think those are the general
Yeah.
kind of themes, if you will, that are kind of going on right now. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah. So corporate real estate managers who were starting to feel a little bit better about the normalized work from home situation, whatever that is for their company, right? They're starting to get that settled. And then now they have to start thinking about what are the effects of AI, right?
100%. Yeah, and it's happened so fast. I don't know if we'd even be having this conversation 12 months ago.
Sure. Yeah.
If you would have asked someone in San Francisco 12 months ago how the office market there is, they would have told you it's down the tubes, right? But right now, it's one of the best markets in the country
Right.
just because of how much AI from the corporate side is taking space up in downtown San Francisco and the surrounding areas just because of that demand is there now. But what I understand is, I think what people are taking space right now, one of the most important things, if they can get it, is flexibility, early outs, all those kinds of things they can scale up or scale down. Things that really in real estate were never really even that negotiable necessarily before. Everything's negotiable, but I mean, it was hard to negotiate kind of early opt outs of leases, right?
Uh-huh.
A little bit more opportunity now as the market sagged, but I'm sure that's changing now, supply and demand. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, you are right. That is a hot topic. And I actually wasn't expecting to hear about AI as a hot topic in that context, but you've convinced me. Yes, it is.
yeah. Look, AI is impacting you, it's impacting me, it's impacting our business and how we get things done and better serve clients. I mean, of course it is. That's happening organically and it's also happening intentionally. But
Yeah.
I look at it almost as much as demand. What's the office and industrial demand going to be because of these changes
Uh-huh.
for the occupiers? Because that's the variable that I don't think people know. And the thing is that, I don't know if you agree with this or not, but many, many jobs won't go away. They'll just shift to something else. What that is exactly, I don't know. Right. It's funny when not even that long ago, everyone's like, well, you don't know what you want to do. You just code, right? They'll always need coders.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. As you say that, I remember one of my friends thinking about just changing his whole career, right? Talk about, a life shift or a new lease on. He was in insurance and he led a team of people in insurance. And he said, you know what? I'm kind of tired of this. I think I might go back to school and learn how to code because I think that's a great opportunity, right? And now I bet he would say something different.
I bet he would.
Yeah.
I bet he would. It's and that's how quickly stuff like that can change. And that's why the intersection of real estate and those kinds of things, when things happen that fast, are so hard to predict when you're trying to make long term decisions on short term fuzziness, right? We don't really know.
Yeah. What's your advice for somebody who might be hearing us talk about that and think, wow, what do I do to in a sense AI proof my job?
Yeah, your job from your position, I think. Look, I work in research, right? I mean, you could say in content creation, you could say, what do you need someone like me for necessarily? I'm one man shop pretty much, so I think I'm okay. But I mean, if I had a team of people, it'd be a little different. But I think the key in understanding AI is scary, but I think that what is possible and what are the good things to take away from it is if you go into the mindset of what it really does, I think, is help you be more efficient and better at what you do.
Uh-huh.
You might be doing more work in different kinds of ways, right? But I think it's a skill shift. And I'm at a certain age where I don't want to necessarily shift my skills, but I think it's important for all of us to be able to think about what are the skills you have now, and hopefully you've developed some good soft skills and some of those things that you can do. Especially, I've been in the business world for a while now, and I understand
Uh-huh.
the importance of that, but is to be adaptable and flexible with what you do, right? I mean, my job now is a lot different than it was even 2 years ago. And I
Right.
assume it'll be different in 2 years from now. And that's just technology. You embrace it or you kind of take the ball and go somewhere else. But
Yeah. Well said. Well, Craig, really appreciate you joining us today. Always a pleasure talking with you. And again, I'm super jealous where you get to live there in Charleston, South Carolina. And hopefully I'll get to visit you sometime. Thanks a lot.
anytime, Matt, it was a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. I'd be grateful if you would like and subscribe wherever you listen. Perhaps today is your day to get a new lease on. Would you like to learn more about lease accounting? Check out the CGLA program. That's Certified Global Lease Accountant. You can earn 16 hours of CPE credit, study at your own pace, and earn the CGLA professional designation. Find out more at cglainstitute.com.